I saw this club online and I thought, what the heck is that? It is seriously ugly. So I had to order it, and I thought, who's ordering a set of these? Because I don't know. It's probably the ugliest thing I have ever seen. But the question is, does it perform? So let me show you what this is. So let's get this open. Side. Bet you're interested to know what this is, aren't you? Honestly, like, it's an iron. I'll give you a clue. It's part of a set, but it looks like a hybrid. Okay, so have a look at this here. Look at the state of that. I mean, have you ever seen anything more ugly in your life? I'm really sorry if you've got a similar set or the older generation of this. Come on, let me show you this. Come here, come a bit closer. So have a look at that. It is the Halo XL full face. Now we've got sort of like, I mean, you can see I'm not even taking the wrapper off this. It's got ridges along the bottom, almost like rails. Look at the size of the hitting area. Usually on an iron, you have like a line here where you've got the glossy outer. You literally do not have that. And wait, you think that's strange and that looks massive? Look at the back of that club. Look at it. Look at the size of it. What is it? Usually we have like some nice branding. We have some nice bits in here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not overly promised about this club. So this is the 7-iron, just one of the irons in a set. And yes, I said irons. It's an iron. Right, I'm dying to get this unwrapped. I brought some scissors with me. So let's start at this grip end. Let's get this off. It's with a warranty guarantee. Warranty guarantee is that it absolutely flies like a machine. Now, I'm interested to see like how this flies, what it sounds like, because I've tested iron hybrids like this before. God, I'm making a meal of this. Let me put that in my pocket. I've tested iron hybrids like this before, and you know what? They've always been a little bit high flying. They've always been a little bit weird sounding. So it's going to be really interesting to see what this sounds like. Tell you what, if they all came like this, it's like brand spanking. So have a look what grip it comes with. I think it's a Golf Pride, to be honest. Let's have a look at that there. Yeah, so it comes with crossline, oh, it's a lambkin, sorry. Comes with a lambkin crossline grip as standard. Now I'm sure if you go to certain places you can get these made bigger, you can get different grips on them, but as standard it comes with a lambkin crossline standard 360. Now these are actually my favourite grips, you know. These are grips that I game. Now I'm not going to use the scissors down the head because I don't want to scratch it. So here we go, have a look at this here. Everyone loves an unboxing, don't they? Everyone loves it when we take that off. Oh, look at that. So again, it's weird that. Look at that there, you can hear it. It's like a rough back edge to the golf club. So you can now see it a little bit closer here. We've got this area here, which is a little bit, I guess, sort of a matte finish, which sort of blends then into this bottom area where we have these rails. I mean, just look how chunky that is, right? Look how chunky that is. Wait till you see the toe. Look at that outer edge. And then this face here too. Now, interestingly, this face is like something that Cleveland do on their wedges. It's almost like a rough finish. Now, in hindsight, like this rough finish is a brilliant idea because if you're gaming a set of these, you want a club that allows you to get it in the air easy. This rough finish is essentially to give more friction to the golf ball, create more spin and keep the ball on the air. And interestingly, that rough finish extends onto the top. So come on, it is seriously ugly, isn't it? I'm not being harsh. Look at it. I don't want to offend anybody, but yeah, I'm interested to see what this looks like down the ball. So come on, let's get a few balls out. We're going to test this. I want to put this to the test and see how far it goes because I'm really interested because I've seen these become, oh, we're not going to lit it, we'll pick that up. I've seen these become really, really popular over the last few years in the sense of a lot more brands are doing like something that's really forgiving, not just a little bit of a game improvement. What do you think of the green glove, by the way? Look at that. They must have gone somewhere because I wouldn't have found them online if not. Now, honestly, oh my God, have a look at this down behind the ball. Just look at that. Like, you know it's an XL head design. XL just means extra large. Top edge is exceptionally thick and it almost looks a bit like a shovel, doesn't it? Because you've not got that outer bit on the golf club. You know, that bit I was telling you here where it usually sort of cuts off. You don't have that, so it gives it an even bigger look. And come on, what do you think of the back? That black finish there, what do we think of this? Look at it, that makes it look like a blooming hybrid, doesn't it? Now, one thing that I do like, if I just turn this face round, see these white lines? I love a golf club that has white lines at the bottom. I don't know what it is, it just, for me, finishes it off. Where the rest of them are black, they're white. Now, that only looks good if you keep it clean, which You're going to, aren't you? Come on, we're going to keep these clean. Right, so on, it's time to give this a hit. It's really time to give it a hit. So I'm going to aim this directly at that 150. That's what we're going to go for. Like, if you're looking for a really forgiving set of irons, they want to be like something that's easy to hit, something that goes high, goes long, and just really gives you a bit of a crutch to lean on. Here we go. Right, I'm going to aim myself at that 150. We've got our launch monitor. I can't get over the size of this. It feels so like a shovel in my hand. Here we go. Oh my God, it's gone so far. Oh my God. Bear in mind, this is a 7-iron. Look where I hit it. It wasn't even a good strike. Not that one, by the way. Come on, not like there. Nearly. I fully used the face is what you got to see. Can you see where I just struck that from? Toe side of middle. XL faces done me a favour. Come on, what do you think a 7-iron should go? 155, 160? How about 184? Now that's only one shot away, but I'm going to give this a full test now. We're going to hit at least 9 more, and let's get an average. I'm also, because I'm interested, if somebody wanted to try and hit a draw, hit a fade, hit it low, hit it high, are you able to do it with this club? Because if it can do that, that means it seriously performs. Right, okay, let's hit another. Oh, that was a bit spunny and sounds, yeah. One there went 174. Now come on, listen to this. I like the sounds of it. Sounds really high pitched, but listen to this. Let me put it in my mic so you can hear it. Can you hear that? It's like, because of the hollow head design, it's sort of, and must be the materials that they use, it makes it sound really high pitched, really like tinny, really clicky, whereas I like something that sounds a little bit more solid, and I'm sure you do too. Now, I mentioned this full face. This is actually the first time ever in an iron we have this sort of full face look. So if you can see it there, absolutely massive. When you put it down behind the ball, what really sticks out to you is the fact that we're missing this area here, and it's extra extended, and this top edge too. So I said I was going to test it a few different ways. I'm now going to go low, then draw, then fade. Now, also, something that I've personally never myself seen before in an iron. I have seen it in hybrids, I've seen it in fairway woods, like sort of heaven woods. Heaven wood's a 7-wood, by the way. If you've got one, you should have one because they're mega. Okay, so you've seen these here. You've got like these 3 rails, glide rails. Now, the shorter irons have a slightly different, have more of a V section, but these glide rails simply help people who sort of brush the club away. Now, with an iron, ideally, we want to sort of be smacking down, but this is an iron which is going to help those people who sort of brush that ball away. So they're there to help turf interaction. Right. Did I say I was going to go low first? Yes, I did. I think I did. Right, we're going to go low shot. I don't know if this has got it. I don't think it's got it in the locker, but if it has, be interesting if it has. Right, I don't think this can go low. I really don't. Again, we're going at the 150. We're going to stay there. I'm going to put the ball really back in my stance. I'm going to stand really left. Be interesting if this goes low and a good distance. Oh, look at that go! That was straight out the middle. Did you see how low that just went to? Again, I have to keep showing you this because I'm surprised it went that low. Usually, when you've got your CG really low and far back, even when you're sort of trying to hit it low, it still wants to climb with spin. It's 7-iron, 197. Now, I'm going to try and hit a draw now, and I think I can get it longer than that with a 7-iron. Right, come here. I need to show you this. Have a look at this down the board. Now I've hit a few, it's a little bit more sort of apparent. So if we look at here, you can sort of see it goes out at the back here a little bit and then rounded. It really gives it a bigger appearance, not just sort of here, but almost extended sort of into the heel area. So I'm thinking like this is almost like a little bit of a mini driver. It's not a mini driver, so I'm not saying it is because I do know you can get them. But you know like how a driver goes out more at the heel side behind where the shaft fits in? This is what this does a little bit. And we know with drivers, they're bigger and bigger headed because that makes them more forgiving. And if we're looking at that there, if I showed you that and then that there, look at that, you can see it. There, that really gives it that overall extra, it should be double XL head this. double XL head. Now, there's also a little bit more tech in this. It has an 8-gram weight here in the end of the club. It's almost like a bit of a counterbalance, so it makes the club feel a bit more solid through impact, it says. And to be honest, the sound is not great, and I said that before, but it does feel relatively solid, and I'm surprised also, on those hits, it doesn't feel like, you know when I've tried irons like this before, they felt like really firm, really like sort of just like you're hitting a piece of concrete. These feel relatively soft off the face, so that's a real positive. But as I was saying, this 8-gram weight makes it feel more solid through impact, and also a little bit lighter through the takeaway. I think it needs that as a counterbalance, because that head, I think, potentially could be very heavy. Right. It's time for the draw. I said I could get it over 200 and I really think I can. I just noticed, and I'll show you in a second, there's bits of the ball on the face on these grooves. Let me hit one more and I'll get some fresh bits on there. And that's almost like the grooves are like really, really sharp. Right, come on, let's see if we can get this over 200. I'm gonna hit that draw. Well, I say I'm gonna try and hit that draw, because I think that's interesting. If it can shape, it's something that I feel like clubs like this don't usually do. They usually come out like flyers, and a flyer is like that ball that goes for a long way. Right, here we go. Draw coming up for you. Oh, that was hit terribly. I mean, it drew, but let's go for another one, right? Come on, cut me some slack. That was not a good shot. I was trying to put everything into that, and I mishit it. Tell you what, it still went 175, which is blooming good. There we go. Look at that fly. Look at it fly. I'd hate that sound, by the way. Sounds horrendous. 188. Oh, it's an interesting one. I thought I could get it over that barrier. Thought I could. Come on, let's try one more here. We are going to try the fade too. One more for the draw. Here we go. Yeah. You know what? It's interesting. I really feel that it feels really quite heavy. It really, really does. It really feels quite heavy as I'm stood here. And in terms of shaft-wise, I've just got a KBS Tour Light. If you come and have a look at this here, I've got this in here. KBS Tour Light, but this head, it does feel quite heavy. Tour Light S, KBS, that's what they sent me in it. And yeah, it feels quite heavy. Right, I'm only gonna hit 3 more. See if we can get over 200, and let's see if we can hit a fade. Here we go. I'm manifesting it. I am going to get over 200. Here we go. That could be it. That could be it. That could be it. Now for an XL head, I don't feel like it's going as high as I think it should do. You're joking me. Look at this. You couldn't write it. 198. Are you joking me? Misread, 200 that. I can't believe that. That was such a good shot. Maybe I can't. Right, I'm going to try and hit a fade. I'm going to try and hit a fade. Here we go. So, as I was just saying actually, like, usually when you think of an XL, if I clutch it there, an XL head design, I feel like because of where it's placed, it should just shoot up. Now, it's not going that high, and I'm a golfer that usually would hit a high ball. So, if I was buying these, the one thing that I'm slightly sort of on the fence about is the sound, right? And so far, I'm not seeing this ball fly as high as I think a club like this should go. If you think about it logically, everything this is geared to do is help you get it in the air. Now, by all means, I'm not saying it doesn't go in the air. I just usually, as a high swing speed player, it will just go really high. I'll tell you what does go in the air though. My hair, let's try and flatten that down. My hair in this wind. Right, a fade coming up. So it goes long, not long enough, not over 200. I was manifesting it, but it didn't work. It goes low, okay, which means you can maneuver the ball. I can draw it with it. The question is, can you fade it? 182. That was a fade though. See how high that one went? Right, I'm gonna try and hit another fade for you. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. So the spin there was really quite high. 7,100 spin, 182 carry. That one did go high. That one did spin more. That was me trying to fade it. When I'm putting my normal swing on it, I'm not seeing anywhere near those numbers. Now, on a different note, this is ugly, right? You can admit that. If there's any other ugly clubs or just clubs in general you want me to test and put my opinion on, see what numbers we get, well, just pop it down below in the comments. And if you have done that, subscribe and turn the bell, because you wouldn't want to miss me testing the club that you've chosen. Now, I just want you to choose what we test next, so get down in the comments. I just want to go back to that spin. Like 7,100 isn't ridiculously high for a 7-iron. I was expecting higher numbers just based on the tech in this club. So it's a double-edged sword. It sort of suits me, but would it help slower swing speed players as much. Maybe that's a test we've got to do also. Okay, here we go, fade coming up. That was hit really good. I don't know if it can be. Go on, get going. Here we go. Some 187 carry, 6.7, 7.9 spin. I can't be done. I genuinely thought with a couple at 198, I had it in the bag. Now, that is one of seriously ugly clubs that I've ever seen. It's the Halo XL full face, and it seriously is a full face from Cleveland. Now, if you did enjoy this video of me testing this seriously ugly club, don't forget to subscribe and turn the bell so you keep up to date with all the content that we're doing here at How Good Golf, testing all the latest and now ugly clubs on the market.